Greetings, space pilots. Hello, everybody.
Hey,
Can we get a quick check on the mic check? Make sure the mic is working. Everybody hearing us okay? Everybody seeing us okay? Hey, Declan, can you put the chat on top, please? Thank you. Hello. So we have a mic check. Can you guys hear us all right over there? Mods, everybody? Okay, so we're good to go.
Hey, it's working perfectly.
All right, welcome everybody to our newest Twitch live stream. Today we have some interesting subjects to go over for you, and we're going to have Declan, aka OP32, showing you guys some of the new ships on the test server. If you guys are on there, yeah, you get to see some good action. He's going to be spawning some NPCs, showing you how the new ships work and all that exciting stuff. So yeah, with me today is of course Elton, aka Psychondric.
Hey guys.
And then we have Phil, our narrative designer, with us.
Hey.
All right, so I'll go over the topics real quick that we're going to cover today, and then we'll get started. So first of all, we're going to be going over some information about permanent LF4s, enhanced permanent LF4s. We just have a few points to get out to you guys about that. Next, we'll go into our next event, Hatching Out. Exciting stuff happening, and some new ships. After that, we have an update regarding PvP missions and chat. And we'll close it out with a little bit of teaser stuff for some new exciting features we have coming up. Phil's got some excellent stuff in his back pocket for you guys. All right, gentlemen. So let's get started first. We have some quick updates on the enhanced LF4 permanent feature that we introduced last month. We heard you guys, we heard the concerns over the amount of time it takes to craft these things, and you guys wanted more opportunities to collect the rare ores needed. So yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit what you did about that there?
We actually released it as the way it was. Again, that was under some hypothetical situations, and what we said is eventually we'll be increasing the speed of that, and how we're going to attain that, probably through repeatable challenges. We're going to use UBA, there's the refraction zone as rewards for PvP, PvE and things like that. Maybe even introducing like super crazy bonanza for the top winner of refraction zone, the whole LF4, without even having to craft it, right? However, the issues we are facing in implementing that are the balancing in terms of matchmaking. There are ways in and around certain systems, also the way we're calculating gear scores. So right now, because DarkOrbit does not have any level systems, it does not have anything that limits the player, right? We need to introduce some sort of number which can say this guy is at this particular level of damage dealing or taking damage. Once we have that and we created a good or a better matchmaking system, that is not exploitable by having different configs, one empty one big one, full one, right? Once those are in, I think things will get faster, and we're looking at maybe a month, maybe 2 months of that time in total.
Okay, so that's good news.
Yep.
Yeah, and one other quick question. I know some people have had concerns over our plans for these enhanced LF4s in the future. Not for the collecting, but are they going to be upgradable? What's the deal with that?
So eventually, what we plan to do is, I have teased this quite a bit of times on Discord as well, we'll be having a new feature set that lets you disenchant your existing LF4s, disenchant your ship designs, disenchant your drone skins, drone designs, whatever that may be, right? When you do that, you'll potentially stand a chance to get one of these new lucrative items that are required in a newer system to upgrade your LF4s, the enhanced versions. So we're not going to be touching the upgrade systems for the existing ones anytime soon, but the new ones will be upgradable.
I think also one of the things is to make sure that we maintain like the balance, so the people who like the most competitive out there and are like upgrading the LF4s can like challenge each other, and with LF4s then we obviously should be considering like shields and rocket launchers and everything else as well, so that we've got the full like set of things for you to play with, and then we can see how you're playing with them and try and enhance that experience.
I completely agree, and we are initially focusing on damage and introducing ships with higher HP. So most of you guys have been on the test servers and you've seen that the ships being introduced are higher. So what Phil said, increased damage, and then eventually ships. But also, a teaser on that front, it's the upgrade not just for LF4s, potentially ships as well.
Ooh.
So that's going to be a big one.
Well, I think we'll talk about that more later because that's something that's a bit down the road. But yeah, upgrading ships.
Won't be
great.
crazy.
So yeah, we'll stop now for a couple of questions before we move on. I saw a question up there. Are we going to be doing anything about the lags during the double GG days? We actually just had a meeting today about that. So yes, we are going to do something. Our tech team is on it. They have some ideas about what could possibly be causing these issues. So in the next couple of days, hopefully we'll have enough information to take some action and get you guys a little bit of better performance on those double GG days. As soon as I have more information on that, I'll pass it on to you guys in the community, of course. So we have a question. Will you bring new refraction quests? So they're talking about the crossover zones.
I can answer that. So yes we will. At this point in time, our quality assurance team are really putting their backs into like the new ships and making sure everything's really ironed out for that. All the stuff that we're like releasing about the ores, the LF4s that we've talked about, but we have now started to pencil in like refraction zones quests, initially bringing back the quests which were there for Christmas, but with new rewards, again potentially ores and things like this which are really useful to you, but also it's definitely our intention to provide more PvP quests across the board. Hopefully as like we move on, I've been involved with a couple of other things just recently, I'll be able to like push those forward with the ordinary PvE quests as well.
Also, what we're trying to do, like I mentioned earlier on, we have to fix the refraction zone at the milestone 2. Another big topic is something we'll be discussing in a short while, and we'll get more on that when we reach that topic.
Okay, move on to some more questions. I see one about nerfing the new ships. We'll get to that in a little bit because that's part of our next section.
Yeah.
And this is one that I've seen popping up quite a while. It's when will there be sales in the stores again? Bonus discount on certain items, and I think this is something that Elton can maybe address.
Yeah. So what we've noticed is people need iridium, right? So what we did is we've increased the amount of times you can buy iridium to almost every week. From where it was, right? 3 days once a week, you can buy discounted Giga Happy Hour iridium, Mega Happy Hour iridium, right? Over that, if you also do a lot of sales, that's going to be potentially bad for the DarkOrbit economy. It's going to be really bad, guys. I mean, imagine having the sale plus a mega discount at the same time. That just does not work. Yes, we will look into something in the future, but again, we need to research on that, and we're going to see how the economy is, how it is being sustained, how is it being maintained, and may or may not have sales in the future. So that's all I can say on that topic as of this moment.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a question here that we get quite often. Is DarkOrbit going to turn to a downloadable game with better graphics? It's something that we've addressed in the past, but something that's gaining a little traction right now.
Yeah.
And I think Elton again can maybe give you a little more, shed a little light on that subject for you guys.
So what we've been necessarily doing is looking at Flash as well. So both of these topics are super critical because, from what I know, October is going to be the month where Mozilla and Google Chrome are going to be popping up. Are you necessarily going to be using Flash? Which is our first milestone to kick off this whole project, right? We need to go to a different version, either Unity or some other way of doing things, before the, I think, mid or end of next year, 2018. So technically, by the end of 2018, yes, DarkOrbit is going to be a downloadable client.
Okay, so you guys heard it there. It is, on the horizon. It is, we do want to do this because we know it'll bring better performance for all you guys. But we have some other things to tackle first that, are more pressing. But it's on our radar, just so you guys know. All right, I think we'll move on now to the next part of the show. We're going to talk about our next event. And I'm actually pretty excited to hear some of the stuff that Phil has to tell you guys about this event. As our senior narrative designer and working closely with the game design team, he's come up with some amazing storylines that are going to keep you guys guessing and hopefully excited and engaged in the story for the next couple of months. So maybe we could start out, Phil. Just give us a little bit of background on the story of Hatching Out.
So something happened to Mask in like December, and that's going to start being uncovered in Hatching Out and the following event as well. We're definitely going back to the structured quest lines that we did at the Christmas event. So one quest will follow another, so you'll get a genuine story developing throughout the event. This will be from Hull, who you've already met, and will involve Hitak returning, but with some surprises up its sleeve. Something a bit biomechanical, maybe. Also, on top of that, there's going to be a new drop. That drop is going to become fairly influential throughout the game. I'm not really going to say any more about it, apart from eye oil. And that's not going to reveal anything to you at all. But things are building. We're discussing things with the art team at the moment about an August event, and the August event is going to be big. The August event is going to be big, and we are providing you with as much story and as much content on PvP and PvE until that point, so that we hit the ground really, really running for this August event, and we hopefully just engage you even more.
I was just watching our man Declan playing over here on the map and seeing the people gang up on us. Pretty hilarious, actually.
Can't kill me. Cannot
But
kill
they
me.
can't kill him. He's too strong.
The one other part I noticed, or I would want to answer and also move back to Hatching Out, is how does your Iridium purchase relate to shop discounts? I'm talking about, so just to clarify, I'm talking about discounts in shop for Iridium items. I'm not talking about the discount for payment items, just to clarify that topic. So automatically, when you give a discount on your Iridium purchase, you're going to be spending that amount either on ammunition or items in the Iridium shop. So having a discount in purchase and on discount in the shop item is like double the discount technically.
Yeah, so I hope that's clear for all you guys. And moving on with some more information about the Hatching Out event, I guess we can get into a little bit of the mechanics of the event, because I know some of you are interested in knowing kind of what to do. But I have to tell you, something that I'm going to maybe start moving away from is giving you guys the whole event mechanics. We'll tell you guys how it works, but the days of kind of holding your hand through the event and letting you know exactly what's going to happen are over. I'm sorry, that's the way it has to be. We're seriously invested in this story, and as the way the event plays out, you'll enjoy it much more if you take the time and play the event, read through the excellent storyline, and I for one, playing the game is part of the fun and discovering new things and having new challenges. So you're definitely going to see a little bit of a change in the way that we introduce the game mechanics to you, the event mechanics. But I think in the end, your experience is going to be much richer for it. But we'll give you a basic overview of what's going to be going on in this event. So, the secret's out the bag. The high tech is part of this event, but it's a little bit different.
Yep.
I don't want to get too much into that, but you can definitely say that this is not the same high tech that they have faced before.
It's definitely not the same high tech.
Okay.
And it's also in the storyline, you're going to be cleaning things up, and by cleaning things up, it allows us to give you a new event progress layer. And this new event progress layer is definitely something we're looking to repeat in the future because we like it. It's something, we haven't reinvented the wheel. We're using things that have been used very, very effectively in other games before. But you will actually be able to track your progress as you help humanity against this new purge. And by purging this like thing, you'll see the points and see the prizes that you will like gain for like achieving those points.
And what's even better is we have listened to some of the community wishes, and now it's not just one event. It is repeatable for the duration it's going to be live. So you can do as many things as you want, including gating some of the other 4 ores.
You're welcome. Just saying, you guys, some of you guys didn't believe that, this new team will get some changes done. As you see, it's already happening. We're working for you, and we're getting things done. We're not gonna be able to fill everybody's request, but the ones that I can, I will work on. You can believe that. So moving on. Yeah, like I said, we don't want to tell you everything about the event because it's you guys know how the events go. This one, like Phil said, and the whole thing, we're not reinventing the wheel, but we do have some exciting new things coming your way. One being the new event progress layer. You guys will see this. We have an interesting new user interface for you guys to see that'll be recurring through events, and it's a much easier way so you can see your progress through the event that you're currently on, see what rewards you have to get, what you have to achieve to get them. Just putting everything in one clean, better looking place. I think that's a great thing, actually.
Also, another question on regards to that event: how do we balance the event for GE1? So, in order to balance this boss, we do not balance it as per servers; we balance it as per players, right? A minimum of 6 players are required to take this boss down effectively. But if you're a smaller player, that number just keeps increasing. So maybe at a max of 20, 30 players required per boss, and we're spawning 3 of them at the same time. There you go.
And another thing is that the quest line is available to players from like level 6 range, and there's also a quest line for players of level 12 and above. So we're trying to cater for all of you as much as possible. The general narrative, the story between both of those quest lines is the same, so you're not losing any of the story as a level 6 player or a level 12 player. You're getting the same story, still told in a slightly different way, and that's what I'm going to do for all the future events, so that we're trying to engage as many of the players on the player base as possible.
Yeah, touching on that, Phil, actually, so some of you out there might not know what chained missions means, but this is a very big deal for us, and I know it's something that's very dear to Phil's heart, but also something that I really enjoy, and something that we're going to be doing from now on. So maybe you can explain what exactly does a chained mission mean?
So a chained mission is a mission numbers 1 to 10, where you have to complete mission 1 to get mission 2, mission 2 to get mission 3. In the midst of those, there will be repeatable missions. So if you're a little stuck, you can grind for a little bit and get on with those missions. But the story will unfold through the missions, and they don't have to just be PvE missions. We can do PvP chained missions as well. We can deal with that. We can deal with things to do with the factions as they exist at this point in time, and moving on from that as well. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to engage you, and as Elton said, with the refraction zone, when we finish our phase 2 work so that it's fully operational, that gives us the massive opportunities of doing a lot of stuff there as well.
And we know that DarkOrbit is exactly what you players can see in the background. It's all about that masculine, probably murdering of OP32, but
they can't take him out.
No, I'm too good. I am too good.
And he's too good, but this is exactly what we want to see DarkOrbit become, and that's why we're focusing on cross servers and refraction zone.
Yeah, and on a side note of this, as you guys know watching, we finally opened up a test server for beta test for the whole community. This is something we're going to keep doing in the future. This was the first trial run. It went extremely well. So definitely look forward to having more of these opportunities to come play on our test server, get you a nice little login bonus when you come in, just be able to jump on the map and do what you see there on the screen. Yeah, of course, this is something that I've been working on since I got here, and another thing that we finally got to give to you guys. So that's really cool, I think. I just saw something else in here I wanted to ask you about, but I got it, so I think we're just gonna move on.
I'm concerned.
Okay. I forgot what I just read. There was something in here that sparked my interest, but you know what? My brain is sometimes doesn't work so well. But I think you have enough information right now about the new event. I did see some questions. When is the new event going to kick off? March 23rd is going to be the event launch date. Of course, we're going to let you guys know over our social media channels when that goes live. So look forward to it. I guess we can also get into really quick. The same time this event comes out, we are going to be introducing 3 new ships. Now, just so there's no confusion, these 3 new ships don't really have to do with the event, so don't confuse the two things. These are 3 new ships that are being tested right now on the test server, as you see. We've gotten some excellent feedback from the community and from our awesome moderator team. You guys want to know if changes ever happen based on this feedback. Eldon?
So we are looking into changes, we are looking into mod feedback, some of which Ron has conveyed to me, some of which OP32 has conveyed to me, and we are looking into balancing these ships up at the max. However, there is something that we will also do apart from that feedback is max equip these ships and playtest it among us and among ourselves and see what the ships are capable of, what they're not, and then tweak it even further. One main question that came up, and I saw some on Discord as well with the Mimesis, is why is the skill cancelled when I switch config? That is by design, it is not a bug. It is the reason being your shields are depleting when you cast the Mimesis skill. And if you change config, you get a brand new shield which can be depleted as well. That is the reason it is cancelled on switching configs.
One other thing as well, it's that these ships are going to be crafted in the assembly, and the crafting materials that you'll need, you're not going to get them all in this event. In fact, the April event is much more highlighted around this, but you can collect some of the crafting materials in Hatching Out, so don't feel that, there's no way we can get there. We definitely planned this, but we don't want you just all being able to craft the ships in the first 2 weeks. We want you to be able to build up to them, and this is definitely a principle we're considering for other things in the future as well.
So most of these things are only gonna, again, let us stress that point, they're only gonna be craftable. You will not be able to purchase them, they will never ever come into a shop or a booty box. They're only gonna be craftable.
Hey man, Peter Pan said never say never, so that's the
That's
rule.
true.
That's the rule of the internet, Ellen. You know better. It's highly.
I should not have said that,
you can
right?
say it's highly improbable. It's highly improbable.
It's highly improbable. Let me correct myself.
Not
I
impossible.
apologize.
All right, so I think we can move on to a couple more questions now. I saw a couple in here. Can the test server stay longer? Unfortunately, no. I can tell you that right now. We'll probably be taking it offline shortly after this Twitch stream. Reason being, our QA guys need a test server. That's it. But we are working on getting a kind of a permanent test server that we can use for this kind of thing. I can't give you any kind of timeline on that at the moment, but as soon as I know more, you'll know more. And also just to touch again on the ships issue. I was bringing them up because they're coming new into the game, but don't think that the ships are the main reason for this new event. The new event is super cool and really doesn't have anything to do with the introduction of the new ships. You'll be able to get the stuff you need to craft those throughout the next couple of events. With as they said, the April event being more lucrative. So you will have your opportunity to craft them. Don't worry about that. So, some more questions. There's a question here about cross-server. I don't really understand. Cross-server question, could it be server against server? I think what you mean is if we can bring 2 whole servers into one cross-server zone. I guess, do you think that's what that means?
I think they want to have a competition from GE1 versus GE2 or GB1 versus GB2. But what we're essentially going to do, or sneak peek into the months ahead. Again, we do not have a timeline, but we're going to be making team deathmatch cross server. But it's not going to be faction based. It's going to be team red and team blue with leaderboards and rewards. So that's something we're working on, and we do not have an estimate on when that will be live. Again, a brief or rough estimate from tech side was 2 months. So maybe in 2 months you'll see that.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting things. Team deathmatch, no more of this company stuff. I'm quite excited about it. I know Declan's pretty excited about it. We both agree that it's going to be a really cool thing for everybody to take part in. Again, we'll give you more information as it comes out and comes available. I saw that somebody asked a question. Can you scroll up on the mod chat a little bit?
Yep.
Where was it?
There was a bigger question.
Yeah, there's a smaller one. I don't know. Go back down. I think I lost it.
Yeah.
We'll move on to something else. When will we get more information about the team deathmatch? You'll get more information once we go through the steps of actually making it a possibility. So we have to go through the team. We have to do our tech feasibility. We have to check to make sure it's actually possible, which they've already done. This is something we can do, but we have to have a series of meetings just to get everything in place. Developing features like this, it's not easy, and it takes a whole team. We DarkOrbit team. Everybody here is very passionate, but the fact is these things take time. Exactly. You can't just program a new feature like that. It doesn't work. We're talking about a pretty big jump, a pretty big step in the way that we do this team deathmatch. But we are dedicated to bringing it to you, so you can rest assured you'll hear some news about it. I would say even in the coming weeks, once we get some confirmation that it's going to happen and we get a better idea about the dates, I will share that with you. So we got a question for Declan actually. Declan, is your mic on?
Should be.
Yeah, turn yours up a little bit. So Declan, how is the road to the future tournaments going? You are still new, but players do wonder.
Oh no.
Enlighten the people, Declan.
It's long. It is long. We worked out if it was to do all of them, all servers, it would be like 200 hours. So instead we might have to do like Global Europe tournament, Global America tournament, that sort of thing instead. So it's not given up, of course, but doing an entire game tournament is going to be pretty hard.
Let's see on that one. Again, most of the time invested here is to bring you guys content. And on that note, what we're going to be soon trying to do is introduce a new chat system that will be there in the refraction zone, where there will be group chat available, so players can communicate in party in the crossover zone.
Oh yeah.
That's something we have been focusing on, so that's our milestone 2, and then we'll actually enable groups.
Well, moving on from that, actually, just bouncing off of that, I got some super cool news from you guys. New chat system. Not gonna happen. Just kidding. It's almost done. It will be released soon. Right now we're looking at around mid-April. So that's not very much longer to go. The days of random IP bans and all kind of madness in our current chat system, they're over. Hold on, people. It's coming. For real. It's amazing news. I know it's something we've been working on a lot for a long time. And believe me, the tech team is tired of me constantly saying that. We need new chat yesterday. So it is happening. And another, I think I'll let Phil take this other one because it's one of his babies actually. There's an update on the PvP missions. What could that possibly be?
Well, them getting fixed, I think, is the general thing.
This was not Phil's baby. Phil's baby is yet to come. Well,
I'm just talking about missions in general because I know Phil loves the missions.
This is a fix for the PvP missions that our community has been crying about for a long time. Yes, we know, we've taken note, and all of those missions are getting fixed. And approximately, I think, during the time of the new release of the new event, we will have the PvP missions active as well. So there you go, guys. We did fix it.
Yes, there's some crazy action going on in the game. You guys see
I'm
it?
actually focused on the game too
Yeah.
much.
I know, I keep looking at it too. I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera, but I just keep looking at the crazy action going on the screen, guys. Okay, so let's move on. So yeah, just to sum that up, we have some. That was great news. PvP missions will be fixed. That should be out, around the same exact time as the new event, March 23rd. If you missed that, and chat will be fixed. We're introducing a new chat system. That'll be coming out sometime around mid-April, I would imagine. That's the date right now. Should that change, I'll let you know. But it's not going to be much later than that. So you guys don't worry. You're not going to have to wait much longer for that. And yeah, I know that's great news to all of you. Hopefully. We'll take a couple more questions now. Let's move on.
Some more questions, guys. Let's see.
Oh, can you make new main missions so we don't get bored?
Yes.
Phil, can you do it?
Yeah.
That was simple.
That's that done. Shall I go?
He's gonna go make some new missions now.
We are planning on that. We are definitely focusing more on a narrative-driven approach, which we noticed was not being done, and Phil has taken it itself on him to actually deliver you guys with these missions with a storyline that will be awesome.
Yeah, we live in your nightmares is just the beginning.
Yep. And the other part that I definitely want to address, and I started with, is a cross-server merge. That is a very, very sensitive topic to a lot of users, not to us. I mean, we're all for it, right? However, merging servers also results in complete deletion of leaderboards, which means all your hard work is going to be set to zero. We are thinking about some solutions to that. However, we want everyone's opinion and not just go like, okay, we want to do this kind of thing, right? Also, the other part, what we have to think about the players who have multi-accounts on different servers. How are we going to solve that? And every new thing that we add into this is going to be adding to our dev time. And just to give you context so that you know that we're not bullshitting, the current estimate from the dev side to implement the server merge, it's standing at 6 months. And every new thing, for example, adding a character selection screen, is going to take that 6 months higher. So again, the 6 months is only working on server merge and nothing else. Not fixing any bugs, not fixing any or adding new events. It's only working on server merge. So we need to figure a better way to do it at the same time, deliver quality content to you guys. And we're working on that.
And it's another reason why we're concentrating so solidly on the cross-server zone and fixing those things. Because we can give you that sort of server together like things. We can do stories in there, and the cross-server zone doesn't have to look like the refractions map. There's definitely other things that we can do there. So just bear with us.
Yep. And another thing that we're planning to do, and we need your opinion on, and Declan has posted a poll about this, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it, where we're asking you guys whether a cross-server map where it has PvE and PvP is more interesting versus just a PvP only refraction zone kind of thing. And your opinions are valued, so do feel free to go to that poll and cast your vote in, and then we'll see what we can do about it.
Yeah, and on that note, that's something that we're going to be doing a lot more in the future. We brought Declan on board pretty much for that purpose, to be a representative for you guys. He knows this game so well, and but he's also really open to getting all your opinions. So you're gonna see a lot more polls, a lot more, official and unofficial. Especially get on Discord. Give your opinions. We pay attention. Your opinion is not always gonna be agreed with, but we'll listen to all of them. That's something I can't stress enough. Please just let yourself be heard. We will take everything into consideration, but of course we can't, go with everybody's ideas because it's just not possible. But yeah, things are moving in the right direction, I think, and I'm excited for the future, especially the next couple of months. I see some great events happening on the horizon. I'll try to get a little more information out of Phil right now about that, but I don't know, man. He's a tough enough to crack sometimes. But you even said yourself, there's something big coming in April. Maybe you can give us just a little bit?
I will say new group map. New group gates. with a completely new style of like boss and fight, and something that'll possibly challenge you a little bit. We shall see. We shall see if you're up to the challenge. That is, but I think you are. Story wise, the events of March, April, and May are all going to be tied together. We might have a bit of a break after that, and like start telling you stories in a completely different way in June, and then a little bit of a shock in July. I think just a tiny little bit of a shock before we go into our major August launch, and in April, Nyx will be back, and Nyx will be giving you quests, and she's a lot tougher than she was before.
Let's just say it is a strategic battle with a group effort for...
Yes, it's a strategic battle with a group effort, and I can see you falling out with your group.
We're just abusing the crap out of them. Yeah, it depends on what you want to do, but let's see how that goes. I'm actually really curious. And I must say, this has never been done on DarkOrbit in the past.
No, and if you like what we did in April, there's definitely there's more that we can do in that type of vein.
Can you tell us a bit more about the shock so the players are a bit pre-shocked? No.
That's why it's called a shock, right?
It's called a teaser for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get tired. You go to see a movie, and then you see like a preview of a movie. I don't even need to see the movie anymore, man. I haven't seen the whole thing. We're not in that business, man. Phil works super hard, has amazing ideas. We're not trying to ruin that. But you guys are gonna enjoy it. I know it. And I think it's gonna be the cause of some arguments when these group fights come in. I kind of know how it's gonna work. I see some heated discussions happening for people not pulling their weight, as they say.
Yeah.
This is a tricky question. Will you add a recipe to craft X2 and X3 ammo for a higher ammo? No. So, unfortunately, the ammo economy is broken. You people, or not everyone, but some of them have amassed shit tons of ammo. Sorry for the French, but crazy amounts of ammo, which if at all we ever add a craft, will ruin the DarkOrbit experience, will ruin the DarkOrbit economy. So that's never gonna happen. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe a different way to craft ammo, of course, but not converting ammo to another one.
And I keep seeing the same question, the one that that always it haunts us in all these streams and even on Discord. JPA, no. Okay, we'll end all that right now. No, it's not going to happen. And no, we're not going to introduce anything for real money in the game again. Will we have tournament style stuff like that in the future? Most likely, yes. We want to do some things like that. But we say it every time. The JPA wasn't that good for you guys, man. The same people won over and over. I mean, maybe it's the same people. It's the same like 3 or 4 people that are always in here, just with different names, saying that they want it back. It's not gonna happen,
Yeah, JPA is never coming back. Maybe with some sort of team tournaments, some sort of team deathmatch, group events, we could give you some lucrative rewards for in-game only.
Yes.
JPA as it was is as good as dead.
What about JPB? Yeah. We'll
Probably the D or E.
We'll consider it, okay? Will you fix people that have a ship on the question, the secret mark, whatever, and collecting massive ammo? I know somebody was talking about this.
Yeah, this was a bug that actually happened
right?
with the UBA, and people found a way to exploit the UBA to be on the question mark.
Yeah, I remember what you said.
And we actually have a fix for it, and we'll be going out, I don't know, today? Already live, I think.
I think it went out today then. That was, I think that was part of the sync today.
So that fix should be live, because I remember week 11.
Look, there we are. Look who just arrived over there. So I guess, OP's up in there right now, live. What is going on?
Someone's on the question mark map. Woohoo! On the question mark map. Woohoo!
Pirate event. We've talked about it on Discord. Would that ever come back?
Oh yes. So OP32 has been your savior on that front. You should thank him a lot. Has put together a huge list of repeatable events, pirates, Capture the Beacon, and a lot of others that we are looking into. But I have to say, we're going to change the rewards. We're not going to release them as they were in 2011. So the rewards are being changed. They have to go through QA. They have to go and get tested. And they will be scheduled on a monthly basis or refreshed. 10 different events. Yes, there are 10 different events that will be refreshed on a monthly basis. So you guys will have activity. Also, the UBA seasons are here to stay. They'll probably be reduced to 10-day seasons and not 30-day. And rewards will be refreshed periodically.
Yeah, and I saw a question in there earlier about the length of the UBA season. Yeah, we did this one a little bit longer because it was kind of a relaunch. We wanted to test some things out, make sure everything was working all right. And OP did a little poll, got some information from the community. It was pretty close what you guys decided, like if you wanted rather 2 weeks, you wanted 1 week, or 10 days. I think, since it's so close, we might have to make an executive decision here. For me, it makes the most sense to go with 10 days with 2 weekends involved. It just seems like a good idea. More people play on the weekends, you have more time, and then you have time to catch up. If you having it behind, you have a whole weekend to get up in there. So I think that's what we're going to go with, but that's not final. So that can change, but it is going to be a recurring thing, which is good news, I think. What else do we have here?
Gee, are the new ships better than the Goliath?
Ah.
Yes, they are. However, it's not the end of the world, and like I mentioned, there will be ship upgrades in the future, and this is going to be targeting your existing ships. So potentially you can stand the chance to upgrade the Big Boy, the Goliath, the Nostromo, the Ambassador, whatever that may be, right? So all of those ships are going to be upgradable and will be playable at the same level as new ships are in the future.
In the future. Okay. So yeah, let's look at this. This is something that actually I was wondering about. Any changes planned for clans? Like clan skill tree.
Yep. Clans are something we want to tackle in Q4. So that's at the end. So there are many other things that we need to fix first. Like I mentioned, we need some sort of matchmaking system. We need some sort of balance to define players at different levels. Once we have all of that, yes, we want to do something that revolves around PvP, cross-server, and clans. Let's put it that way, as a teaser. What that is, what the mechanic exactly is, as Ron mentioned, we will not mention it to you guys, so there's some element of surprise, right? Otherwise, it's everything we're going to tell you guys, and there's no surprise remaining.
Yeah, that's kind of, as you guys see, this is kind of going to be my style moving forward. We're not going to give you all the information right off the bat. We'd like you guys, to leave something left to the imagination. And I think that's the right way to go, If we just reveal everything and let you know, then there's no surprise. You want to be like a little kid coming downstairs and discovering all these cool presents from the tree, That's, that's a good feeling, right? So that's what we're trying to do for you guys. So be nice and be happy. Let's see what else we got here. Do we get more drones and new shields soon? I know there's a lot of questions about shields and rockets and stuff like that. Maybe you can touch on this a little bit.
Yes, we are. Like we mentioned at the start, we're starting with the lasers, moving on to the rocket launchers and the ships, and then the shields and the drones as well. This is all in effort to create a new system that gives us the flexibility to move away from the legacy DarkOrbit has amassed for the past 10 years. So once we have all of these new systems in place, they will be upgradable eventually to a better version of themselves and a completely different version as well, which will create a tree of items that you can pick and choose from at your own will. Also, once that is done, we will be adding new maps where you can test it on and to the max of your ability, because more ships, more HP, more weapons, more drones means better damage. So that's what we'll be doing, and that's our goal.
And they're already named.
And he's already named it.
So these are definitely coming. And with new maps, we may juggle the universe a little.
Yes, we will. Definitely we will.
Okay, so I think, we're running out of questions. So if you guys have anything else you want to ask, get them in now. And
Yep.
then we'll go ahead and answer those, and then we're going to, go ahead and get out of here for this Twitch stream. Okay, we changed the stats of the 3 new ships. They're going to be rebalanced. We have some more work to do on that. We're going to do internal playtesting as well, but we've got your feedback on the ships. I can tell you that most likely things are going to change with them. Overall, they're very well received, but they're most likely going to have to be some balancing changes to them. With that being said, we'll take care of that. It's not going to be anything drastic, so you don't have to worry about that. But there will be some work done on those. Any update on bonus boxes being available in PvP maps?
Oh, yes, that's a big topic these days. So, with the bonus boxes, we have a design ready. Unfortunately, that involves, again, like I mentioned, something to do with level and diminishing returns and removing them from the maps completely and putting them in NPCs, for which we need to actually define these NPCs, which currently lie in the code. And Phil did partially or spent half of his time trying to fix that for us, and we are eventually going to get to that place. So it is going to take some time, but we are on it.
But it would also include sort of repurposing maps to give them all a distinct feel, so that they're not such a... I mean, at this point in time, some of the maps are a little bit of an alien convention, where humanity turns up and then all the aliens go, oh no, what's humanity doing here? Let's just get them out of the way. And part of what I want to do with like the stories and like the races and the aliens is really, really give them complete distinct characters. Well, anyway, the ones that I leave alive.
Well, the Ambassador. Oh, by the way, just to mention, the Ignite and the Ambassador, which has been a request from you guys on Discord and also in my PMs, is now available in the shop. And no, it will not be available for Iridium in the future. Potentially, or in all honesty, we are moving away from adding items to the shop. It's kind of not giving us the good investment or time investment in that sense to do this, and it will most likely only be craftable or a drop or possibly from Galaxy Gate. So we're moving away from adding stuff to the shop, adding skins to the shop. They'll probably be in booty boxes or drops from Galaxy Gates in the future.
You want to say anything about boosters?
Oh,
because I've just
yes.
realised we haven't mentioned boosters.
Actually mentioned the booster window rework.
Okay, we haven't mentioned the booster window rework apparently. So let's mention the booster rework window.
So what we've done is we've actually created a new window that you'll see in the April event when it goes live, describing every booster that is gainable or purchasable or even applies through clan battle stations and things like that in a detailed description, where every player knows whether a booster is active or inactive and which one is inactive and where he can purchase it. And the milestone 2 that we're going to be doing for that is they are directly purchasable within the game. So you do not have to leave the game to the shop. You just have to click a button and you can buy them for your Iridium. Not the payment boosters, just to be clear. I hope you guys like that, and we would love your feedback on it to further improve that window, but that's just the start.
Alright. Yeah, so we're at about 10 minutes left, so we're going to go ahead and just announce some closing questions. If you guys have any, go ahead and submit them now so we can answer them. Yeah, so I saw a bunch of questions about the UBA matchmaking. We did fix that to a certain extent. I know there's still some issues with it. Maybe you can explain a little more about how's that working.
thing.
Yeah.
So currently, yes, we are aware that the matchmaking is slightly broken, especially with two different configs, where this is a known issue to us, where if one config is full and the other one's empty, the gear score calculated is improper. What we're doing right now is working on a better way to actually define what gear score is and what the player should have. Once that is done, the players going into matchmaking will definitely be teamed with someone of equal strength. Probably we'll also move towards ELO, where its number of defeats and things like that are also taken into consideration, giving you a better chance of win-loss ratios. But unfortunately, that is also something we will tackle in time, and it will be fixed for UBA and for the refraction zone at the same given time. Is that answering the question well, one?
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's very understandable. It's just so you know, yeah, it's something on our radar, and that's why we did this test run of the UBA, just so we can iron this stuff out, because it is going to be something we're going to bring to you guys regularly. To me, it's a super cool event. I know a lot of you love it, and you know we want to give it to you in the best way possible. So we're going to get all that tightened up for you as we move forward.
Can you put the referee and surgeon in the store? The referee is already in the store, surgeon no. And surgeon won't come to the store, I'm sorry about that, but surgeon is something that people have invested time on. In the past there was a mistake done, and I will not want to repeat that mistake. So surgeon's not coming to the store, guys, I'm sorry. And the referee is under the ship section, so if you can just scroll down, you'll see it there.
All right, so yeah, quick question here. How will the ships be obtainable? The new ships, if you missed that earlier, all three are going to be craftable. So that's how they'll be obtainable. Yeah, pretty easy. Let's see if we have anything else.
No. That's again a tricky topic. Some of you want the map bigger, some of you don't in terms of UBA, and I'm not really sure. Probably we're going to be using the system again to get a poll from you guys of what we should be doing there, and probably OP32 will send that out today or tomorrow.
Alright guys, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We'll give you a quick recap of what has been going on. Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys first of all for listening and joining us, and thank you for all your questions. And thank you for joining us on our test server and being streamed here, letting us show you that. Yeah, so
I want to tackle one last question. People have hundreds of hardwares. What are we going to be doing about that?
Mm-hmm.
You will see shortly. Let's just say that. That's a sneak peek that we don't want to give you right now, but probably in a week or two you'll see why those hardwares are required.
Alright, so information on that coming. So yeah, thank you guys. I'm happy that the stream went well. I think I finally figured out this monster of a soundboard we have over there, thankfully. I know some of you have seen my fails with that. I think I finally got that monkey. Well, I'm not going to say that. I got it off my back for this time. Well, hopefully it'll work next time just as well. I'm super happy with the results. Yeah, so I'll say Firefox, you just told me that you ran out of codes. Go ahead and throw 5 more out, man. You know, make it rain. Yeah, so quick recap. We went over the event, Hatching Out, coming out on 23rd of March, your way. Yeah, have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be a very enjoyable event. Pay attention to the story. Some great things are happening with that. We got the new ships coming. Yeah, you get a look at those. And okay, yeah, the 2 big things, 2 updates. PvP missions will be fixed. They are fixed. We're just waiting on some testing to get done. Once that's done, we'll put that out. I know you've been asking for that for a long time. Fixed. And new chat gonna drop mid-April. I know that's good news too. So you can finally, talk in the game without all these silly issues that have been popping up with our ancient chat system. Yeah, so pretty much thank you. Thanks Declan for playing, being moderating the stream over there. Yeah, Phil.
Cheers.
Elton, and for me and
Cheers,
the whole
guys.
DarkOrbit team, yeah, see you guys later.
Peace out.
Bye.